Hey everybody, it's Loki, and I'm the Model Misfit. Welcome back, welcome back. So I've got something that I really have been working on for about 6 months, off and on, and I really been wanting to show it to everyone, but I'm the type of person that if it's not perfect to me, then it's not showable. So there are a couple oh look, see, dang it, now we gotta take shots. All right, everybody, you know the routine, take a damn shot. Or there's two, because Beach took it too. You know what, you can take a nap, Beach. Anyway, ooh, look, ooh, toys. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So there's a project that I've really been anxious to complete, to show everyone, and it's something that a lot of us have really wanted for quite some time. And I really couldn't finish it until I was settled at the new place, and until I had the rest of the crew as per the box art, and had to come up with a driver. So without further ado, here it is, guys. Got Thrasher and the real gem, the Thunder Machine. As I said, this is taking me about 6 months, off and on, not a steady project. I didn't really know how far I wanted to go with it. I really didn't know if I really just didn't know if I wanted to rust it up, keep it shiny. There were several ways that I really could have gone on it, but as per the origins of this, really, it was taken as a bunch of pieces, a truck and the Trans Am, and the 20 millimeter cannons and the roll cages and the armor that Thrasher himself said this could handle more than a tank, or his tank. So really, when it comes to stuff like that, it's gonna be his prized possession, yeah. And it was really the only reason he got into the Dreadnoks in the first place. Thrasher on his own couldn't have made it, plain and simple. But when it comes to the Thunder Machine, it really is the Dreadnok, and he's a tag-along. I mean, let's be honest. So it's 3D printed. Now there is most of it is the ABS-like resin, which is a really tough resin. She's fairly heavy. I did have to make some considerations when printing it. Some pieces had to be, chopped down and so on and so forth to fit. So it's the real problem I had was with the wheels, because the whole thing is meant to be printed in filament. I wanted to do it in resin simply because I didn't want to sand it and sand it and sand it and then kill whatever detail was actually in there. So I did it all in resin, and I hollowed what I could. But with the tires, I wanted to go with a rubber-like resin. So the tires actually feel like tires, but a bottle of the stuff is $50 or $100, depending on the size of the bottle. and the first tires failed, which was awesome. So I've got some failed tires over here that now are diorama landscape parts. But anyway, so the wheels gave me trouble, but I was really set on having them done in a rubber-like resin, simply because I wanted them to have the feel. I wanted them to grip. I mean, really, it's not meant to be played with as a toy, so to speak, but at the same time, you know, we're gonna mess with it. We're gonna, you know, fool around with it. So I wanted it to, you know, have a feel. I wanted it not to just be a sit-up piece. I wanted to be able to get my hands dirty with it. And speaking of dirty, it goes back to what I was saying a minute ago, where, you know, I really didn't know how far to grunge him up, right? And put extra armor plating, extra weapons, because I've seen some really, really cool stuff. Custom Thunder Machines that were done, and I was impressed by what's been done. I mean, there's APCs, there's all kinds of stuff that are done, and I wanted the original, but at the same time, you got to think it's gonna get used, it's gonna get dinged, and it did come from pieces, you're right, you know, parts and pieces and stuff like that. So the whole thing is you're gonna end up having some rusty, crusty bits, you know? So anyway, I'll kind of take you around it real quick now that I'm done running my mouth. So the top does lift off. Screw you guys. The top lifts off, and you can see the interior. This here is all scratch built. As well as the dash, stuff like that. I used a clear resin to kind of dome it up to make it look like, you know, it had a panel, and then did some glowing effects, or, you know, what I could in, you know, with paint, as well as some of the stuff back here. Added some wires, and all of this is hand painted. There's only a few stickers, or, you know, decals. Just stuff that I didn't want to hassle with. But all the Mars deal right there is it's actually a G.I. Joe tattoo that I found at the dollar store. But that's all hand painted, and even this is printed in the flexible resin. You know, everything, I did everything as robust of a resin as I could, simply because once you put all this, you know, time and effort into it, you really don't want it breaking. You know? So here we have, there are 2 Cobra logos on the back of the seats, as well as, there you go, on the back. And then I will pick her up here in a second and show you the other side. I did do some deco on the other side. Oh, look, that's your little skull for the antenna. Yeah, that's another thing. The shifters are chromed out skulls. I wanted to, you know, like I said, it's gonna be his, you know, his baby. So I wanted to kind of show it off in a way, but also I didn't want to make her a safe queen. So here's the other side. And like I said, you got some dings and some rusticles, nice and crusty and whatnot. And then I did this. This is all freehand. I mean, should I say I painted it? It's I hand cut stencils and did it. Oh, and then on this side too, you also have. Ooh, let's not drop that. Boom. You got the stars like it should have. So there she is from this side. And then there's the front. And if I can get her up, there you go. So I even did a reflective paper with clear resin domed over top of that as well. Did the same thing on the mirror. Oh, sorry about that. I got you out of focus there. On the mirror. Can you see the mirror? Yeah, you see the mirror? Yeah. And I already know what... And I'm back. Wow. Filming with your phone sometimes is a bitch. Anyway. As I was saying, I already know what Mr. Enhancer is saying. Well, but where's all the lights at? I don't see no lights on there. I mean, you could make them sirens and stuff. You could make you could put sirens on it, and you could make all the lights light up. Get some KC lights on there. You know, make the brake lights blink and the headlights come on. Yeah, I could, if I wanted to, not only fry myself with the small amount of electricity, but also wait another 6 months to complete it. And ain't nobody got time for that. Oh, I don't. I needed it done. I needed it in rotation. I needed to see it finished, to be quite honest. All right, now I guess we'll go over the build for Thrasher. So here you go. Here's the guy, right? And the head was 3D printed. The sculpt was done by Esteban from Donman Art, his Patreon. And then this here, chest plate, because it's one piece. The armor and the shirt is all one piece. Came from Raging Spoon. I picked that up at Joe Fest. And when I saw the little pack, I just had to grab that up because I had been wanting to complete this so that I could complete the Thunder Machine. You can't do one without the other. It's just you can't. It's just you can't. You just can't. So it did not have anything down the sides of the arms, which I wanted. And Donman had created a piece, chest piece, but it wasn't original. It wasn't close enough to the original for me. It sat up a little higher, so on and so forth. Anyway, so I took a bit of it for the lower pauldrons, and the other armor on the legs I created out of Warbler. I created out of Warbler. This is 3D printed, but this here and all here is all Warbler. You heat it up, you can do whatever you want with it. It gets sticky, I mean, it's awesome. And then the diaper has some Warbler, but for the most part, it came from the twins, Tomex and Zaymot. These were their little neck protectors. And these were little shoulder pads, and the way it worked out was perfect. One of their bracelets, and then I put spikes on it, and then this, I believe, came from a Marvel Legends Deadpool. Pirate Deadpool, if I'm not mistaken. But there's the back of it. And the head sculpt, I like this head sculpt. I think it came out well. Painting heads is very, very difficult, especially really, really tiny heads. And there was another sculpt that came with this vest or whatever, this chest piece, but it to me was too old school. it made Thrasher look goofy. I mean, which he was kind of goofy, but I didn't want him goofy. And this, I believe, is molded, not printed. There we go. And I don't know. Even if I'd have painted the eyes better, he still would have just been derpy looking. And I couldn't have a derpy Thrasher. I mean, I know this is pretty much what it looked like in 3 3/4, but man, yeah, that's a no. That's a no for me. Anyway, I guess that's it. I just kind of wanted to show everyone, you know, this is, I wanted to get it out there, I guess, before Hasbro announced that they were going to do one. I am anxious to see theirs and what their Thrasher looks like. I'll definitely get it as well, because, I mean, duh. I feel like the line is actually getting better. Having picked up Jinx and a couple of the other newest wave, I really do. I think the production, maybe not the distribution, but as far as the quality, has gotten better. The figures feel better. The boxes feel better. I think there's more consideration given, and I'm sad it took them so long, but I'm glad they're doing it. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming by and checking out the Thunder Machine and your boy, the Thrash Man. So if you like it, I'll probably be doing, you know, more printed stuff. I mean, that's what I do. I do printing. So I've got a couple other projects in the works that I just haven't finished up yet. So I'll be pulling out more stuff and things. I appreciate everyone who's sit here and listen to me ramble and say a bunch. Thank you everyone, Aaron, Crow, Dave, Woody, Punk, Tony, Baldy, all you guys who made me want to do this. I really appreciate all of your work and the conversation and the humble nature that you displayed at Joe Fest. It was the best 3 days that I've had with my clothes on in a long time. Oh, and 3-Star and Pop. Let me not forget those two gentlemen as well. And everybody from the Discord. And, I mean, there's really too many of you guys to name. And if I missed you and you're mad, I'm sorry. Hit me up on Instagram and I'll apologize. Thanks everybody. Like, share, subscribe, do the bell thing. All the things that, you know, all the things. Do the things. Alright? Thanks everybody. Never conform. Always be a misfit.